All right, good afternoon, everyone, and thanks for joining us today. This is Joe with the Local Search Association, and I'd like to welcome all of you to LSA's webinar series. Today's webinar is titled Making the Most of Mobile Apps for SMBs, and will be brought to you by our guest presenter, Gil Harrell from Como. So with that, let's get started. Over to you, Gil.
Thank you. We're really excited to take this opportunity and talk to so many companies who are related to local and SMBs. My name is Gil Harrell. I'm the VP Biz Development for Como, and I will start now the presentation. So when we talk about small businesses and why they need to use a mobile app, obviously the way we see it is we want to be your storefront on a smartphone. And we want to help you to answer the questions how to become part of your customer's mobile lifestyle. I'll start by spending really short few minutes about why we live in a mobile world and how we must have a solution to continue to interact with our customers. So one of the things that we need to know is that on average, a U.S. adult spends about 2 hours and 42 minutes per day on a mobile device. That's by far the most amount of time that is spent compared to any other device. If you take newspapers and radio, it's about 10%, and the rest is on PCs and TVs. But really, mobile is where people are usually spending their time. That's where they read their news. That's where they get their emails. That's where they play games. And that's where they actually interact with businesses. If we look at the mobile explosion, these are numbers that are staggering. You see 400% increase in mobile searches just in the past year. 95% of all the people who have a smartphone actually did a search that is related to local. And by 2016, we're expecting 300 billion downloads of apps. And if you look at mobile apps versus mobile webs, there's always this argument, and I'll elaborate about that more. Do I need a mobile website or do I need a mobile app? Well, first of all, people are saying very clearly that they prefer mobile apps on mobile web. On average, they spend about 2 hours and 42 minutes per day on mobile apps, where only 22 minutes on a mobile web. Mobile web means that they actually launch a browser, did a search, or specifically type a URL of a business or a place that they're looking for. And why they're looking and preferring in apps? It's first of all, it runs faster and provides a smoother user experience. It lives on the home screen. If you know that on average a user looks at the mobile screen about 100 or 150 times as a business, you want to be on that real estate. And therefore, that's why people are choosing apps. Furthermore, native apps can be used offline. And also, the whole user experience, which I mentioned at the top, there are specific tools that only a native app supports, like push notifications. You have a better e-commerce experience, scheduling, increasing really the possibility of true engagement with your customers. And that's something that's really important to know as a business and why you would want to have an app versus a mobile site. So basically, native apps means business, and I'll just explain you again what do we mean by saying a native apps. A native apps is actually an app that you actually submit to the Apple Store or to Google Store or to, for example, the Amazon Store. It needs to be approved by those companies, and then it goes live. Different from your website that if people are seeing it through a phone, that's what we call a mobile site. So basically, in today's increasingly mobile world, a native app is key to connecting with your customers, building loyalty, and basically growing your business. And this is where actually Como comes into place. That's what we are. We are a platform that provides a tool for businesses in a very effective way to build mobile apps. Few words about the company. Basically, Como started in 2010. It's a division of Conduit. Conduit is one of the largest internet companies in Israel. Up until today, we already are powering more than 1 million small businesses apps, and we're seeing around 4,500 apps being built every day on our platform. These are some of the partners that we work with, and I'll get into through my presentations. What I'll do is I'm also going to show you a live demo of how to build an app and how quickly it is and easily it is to build an app. But within that platform, we have integration with many of those companies that you know, and really makes it easy for you guys to actually build an app. When we go and basically provide a tool to build an app for those businesses, we try really to drill down what are the type of businesses that are coming to our platform and trying to build an app. And while drilling down those type of businesses, we try to provide the best set of tools for those type of businesses. So if it's a restaurant, and I'll show you a demo of a restaurant, they will have features like adding menus, adding online reservations and online ordering and things like that. If it's related to music, they'll be able to add music from SoundCloud and many integrations that we added to the platform to make it really easily and cost effectively for businesses to build apps. But why do you need an app? So one of the most important things is actually, if we talk about providing a tool to be extension of what you actually do in real life, is obviously making money. How can you make money? If you're, for example, a store selling merchandise, you can start selling through an app. If you're a shoe store, you can selling shoes. If you're a sports store, you can start selling merchandise through that. If you're a restaurant, you can take reservations online. People can order food through your mobile app. You can provide coupons, and if you're a spa, you can provide a scheduling system so people can use the app and through that basically book appointments, etc. When it comes to an app, it also helps you promote your business. Through About Us and information that you have about the business, people can really understand what is the service that you're providing. You can have a click to call there, so immediately they can click and then call and make your reservations or schedule an appointment. You have there a catalog or a menu. You have user reviews, events, and really it's an ongoing interaction between the users and the business owners to really promote the business. Furthermore, you have a real strong tool to engage with your customers. By the fact that you're able to send push notifications. Push notifications on our platform can be sent in two ways. One, you can send it to the entire audience. Two, you can really drill down and send it only to people who are 2 blocks away from your business or 5 blocks away, and really kind of narrow it down to who you want people, what kind of people you want to see those push notifications. You can add forms, you can add mailing lists, and really engage with your customers. And when it comes to drive traffic on real time, you have many tools to do that. One is you can launch a quick coupon with the push notifications and drive business on your off-peak hours, for example. You can add a loyalty program. A loyalty program is a great tool to create loyalty. So you can provide a discount or a free item if people visit your business on a 5th time or 6th time, etc. And I'll show you how easy it is to actually build a loyalty program within your app. So many tools to really engage with your customers. And so just moving forward, if we already talked about all the tools that, or all the reasons why you need to build an app, one of the great things that Como does is also, once you have an app, how can you actually promote this app? And one of the most important things is for businesses is to promote the app to their real audience, to the people that actually visit their store or their business. So we provide you with sets of tools from stickers that you can see in front of you, or banners and QR codes that you can promote it and put it in your store. A sticker you can put in the on the store or on the desk. You can have banners on your website, on your blog, and it's all being created automatically and help you promote and get people notice that you actually have an app. Another tool that we provide is real-time online campaigns, Facebook campaigns, that you can almost launch automatically once you have the app. You just need to set up a budget, and we are able to analyze automatically the right keywords, the right target audience, the geographical area, and basically you only need to do is just publish a campaign. That campaign will give you exposures, will give you installs, and will provide you the exposure you're looking for to get new customers and existing ones. And what I will do now is I'll spend a few minutes before we get into the live demo. I'll show you a few showcases, case studies of businesses, real businesses who build apps on Como, and basically through that create a real tool to engage with the customers. The first case study is a gym in Lakeside. It's called Lakeside Fitness Center. It's based in New Jersey. And through that app that they build, they're able to really interact with their customers. Customers are able to schedule appointment and classes. They're able to see how they're doing when it comes to their fitness shape. They're able to buy merchandise. They're seeing live albums of what's happening in the gym. They're able to sign up for newsletters. And really all the interaction is happening now through an app. The next case study is a magazine, is a live magazine from Oklahoma City. They used to actually have a website and they used to have a newsletter, but they really wanted to take it to the next level, and they found the app to be something that is really useful for them. So basically through the app, they're able to interact with the customers in real time. Their customers are able to see what's happening, what's the new things that are happening. They're able to book events, they're able to get to concerts, see the hottest restaurants, etc. through this app. The third case study is a restaurant, and we have many restaurants coming to our platform and building apps. And through that restaurants, this one I think it's based in Long Island, this really helps the restaurant interact with the customers. They're able to send coupons on birthdays. Customers are able to book a table. They're able to order food. They're seeing what's happening in the restaurants. They can see a new menu if it's posted, etc., etc. So those are really case studies of real businesses using the platform to build app and to continue to interact with their customers. Why? Because they understand that if they don't have a tool that fits what people are doing today on mobile, they're missing this amazing opportunity. One of the programs that we have, before I move to the live demo, is a reseller program. So what I showed you so far is businesses coming to us directly, and basically it's a do-it-yourself service, so they come to us directly and they build apps using our platform. Another strong tool that we have to get distribution is through a reseller program. That's a very successful program that we have, and we basically offer businesses who already have connections with other small businesses to use our platform, and through that build apps for their customers. And obviously we provide a different sets of tools, a different dashboards where those businesses can actually buy credits from us. A credit is equal to one app, build the app for their customers, and then sell it to their customers. And that is working really well. Why? Because there are always going to be small businesses or businesses in general that don't have the time to spend to build apps. That they do want to have an app. They do want to have an app that is cost effective. And that's why basically we created the reseller program, and we have resellers from small ones who are have 10 customers to giant ones who have hundreds or even thousands of customers using our platform and building apps through that. And what I hope by the end of these presentations, after you hear and see the live demo, if you're a company working with many SMBs, please reach out to us, because we could probably partner together, and we would love to add this product to the other things that you're providing to your customers. So what I will do now, I'll go to a live demo. I'll actually build an app for a restaurant, and then obviously we'll spend some time answering questions as we move forward. Okay. So this is our website. This is como.com. Before I start the presentations, I'll show you the pricing that we're offering customers who are coming us directly. So basically, to build the app, you can build the app completely for free. But you're limited to 5 downloads and 5 users. But you're able to see the entire app from A to Z and really experience how it looks like on Apple and Google, Android phones, etc. If you pay $33 per month, if you build annually, you're getting unlimited downloads and unlimited number of users, and you're able to send 2 push notifications per week, and you also get an email support and other support from our company. And if you pay $83 per month, then you're able to send 7 push notifications per week. It's unlimited downloads and users and visits. It's what we call completely white tables. There's no advertisement on the app. There's no mention of Como. It's your app. And basically, you get a priority email support from Como. So that's kind of our pricing method. And obviously, for a reseller, there's a completely different pricing, a retail pricing method, and we can discuss that later. So what I'm going to go now is I'm going to go back to Como, and I'm going to show you a live demo of how easy it is to build an app. So first, I'm going to show you here that, as I was mentioning before, depending on the type of business, we set different type of features. So if it's a restaurant, you'll have a different app if you are a music business or a musician trying to launch an app. Okay, so let's start to create an app. And I'm going to choose a restaurant based in Chicago. So the first thing I do is I actually call the restaurant. I provide a name, and then I'll choose the type of business. So obviously it's a restaurant. I'll click Next. And then I will try to find their Facebook page, because the way we operate is that the first step for the business to build an app is whether to launch their Facebook page or the website page. And we take the information from there and basically take all the content from there and then inject it within the app. And that saves a lot of time. So I'll start with the Facebook page of that restaurant. I'll hit Create. And then what we'll start is basically we'll start pulling out all the information we can pull from the website, from the Facebook page. So we're able to pull the Facebook, the contact us, and many other content information regarding the business. So you can see as a starting point, without even doing almost anything, I already have the hours of operations, what we call all the information that needs to be there and about us. We have a map that we can see the location of the restaurants, photos that basically are showing different photos from the restaurant. Okay. And if I want to add, for example, more photos or more integrations of photos, I can pull photos from Facebook, from Flickr, from Pixa, from Instagram, and many other channels. So I'll go back, and then you can see also here that I was able to pull Facebook. And if I click more, I have other information that I was able to pull. So that's the starting point. If I go back to About Us, I can start now basically adding more information if I want to. So for example, if I want to add more information about the restaurant, this is actually the Girl and the Girl website. I can copy and paste here some information and then go back to the dashboard and add it. Let me just go back and copy it again. And then you see it's already appearing on the app. So it's really real-time live. And then if I want to, I can add more information about services and specialties. If I want, for example, to change here the About Us, I can go and I can change the icon here and do a customized one. And this is something that we had prepared in advance, but basically that's the icon of the restaurant. And then you can see here, if I scroll down, that this has changed. And you see here basically that About Us is changed to the actual icon of the restaurant. And so if it's a restaurant, I want to start adding more tools that are relevant to restaurants. For example, a menu. I can build a menu from scratch if I click on Build a Menu, but I can also add the menu through an integration that we have with a company called Signal Platform. And we do many integration like this to save time and efforts for the business. So if I go and copy and paste the actual phone number of the business and go back to the dashboard and just paste it here, that's the actual phone number of the business. And I'll go back here and I'll do a search. You can see right immediately that I found the menu of the business, and this is the menu, and it's always going to be updated if they update it through the Signal Platform dashboard. And so that's what we call a really useful tool to build another important part of the app. If I go back to other tools that are important for restaurants, let's say I want to add reviews, and I want the Yelp review, because Yelp, we know it's very important for people to read. I'll just go back, I'll go to the Yelp Girl in the Girl page, copy and paste the URL, go back to Como, basically paste the URL, and if I go back here, here we go, the reviews of Yelp are entered to the app. I'll do one more thing. I'll add book a table. Obviously, that's another important thing. So again, to show you how simple it is, we have integration with OpenTable. I'm going to click on OpenTable. The only thing I need to do is actually copy and paste the Girl and the Goat OpenTable page, and then go back and paste it, and it will appear here. Now, you won't see it right now. It's not mobile optimized on the viewer, but once you download the app, it will be mobile optimized. Two more things that I want to add to the app before we get into style navigations. One is I want to add a coupon. I want to show you real engagement tools that businesses can add. So if I launch a coupon, I'll create a coupon right here. We can decide between different type of coupons. Let's say it's a discount. I'm going to call it a lunch deal. I'll describe it as 30% off. I can add a photo if I want to. Let's choose kind of a nice appealing photos. Here we go. I'll skip the disclaimer. I can put here we want a discount, so 30% off. And let's say the price of a meal is $50. And again, I can put dates when it's valid. So let's say from today until, I don't know, maybe mid-November or end November. And you can obviously add more details about the deal and limit it to different days and hours if you click here, but I'll click on add. And you have a coupon here. And when the user will go to the restaurant, they will click on get a coupon, and that's how they will claim their coupon. Another thing that I want to show you and I want to add is loyalty cards. Loyalty card is exactly what you think it is. It's supposed to replace those annoying cards that you collect from your local businesses to basically come there and punch it every time you visit the business. So on the 5th or 6th time, you get a free item. So we can actually create it through the app, and then no more those business cards that you need to carry in your wallet. So let's say we want to give something free after the 5th visit, and we can choose a different icon. We call it free, and it's going to be free coffee, and then you can call it a name. There is a unique code here basically, and that unique code is only known for the business owner. And so once the user comes to the business place and wants to check one of those punch cards spots, then the business owners will type this code, and then that's how it's going to be punched. So let's put a limit date to the end of November, and then basically we'll skip the images, but we can add any images that we want here, and then I'll click add and create the loyalty cards. And here we go, we have a loyalty cards. And obviously I could have designed it better and etc., but it's working. People can now go to the business and basically claim their visits. So we have built in 5 to 10 minutes Already we have Twitter and Contact Us and Menu and Reviews and Book a Table and coupons and loyalty cards. And obviously I can play more and more and add more tools. I'll show you here that there's many other different items that you can add. From Live Album, which is an options for basically people to take real pictures in real time. I can add forms. Forms is a way where you can actually add custom quizzes, questionnaires, people can interact. You can add a mailing list here, and which I'll do now. And then you'll see that once I click Save and Add, people now can sign up for your newsletter. And that took me maybe 1 second. And so there is many pages that you can add, from audio to video to many other tools that you want to add to the app. I'm going to go now to Style Navigation. And here you can basically really play around with the navigation and the style that you want to add to the app. You can take from an existing template, if you want a light one, or a kind of cafe style one, or one and dine style, or you can really customize it yourself. You can decide that you want the icons to be at the bottom, or for example, you can choose an options where they're at the top, or an option that I really like is to put all of them in the front. And here you can change also the background image. You can check it. If it was a pizza place, I can use this existing one, or I can choose one from some things that I prepared in advance. And this is a real picture of the restaurant to make it real, and then click OK, and then basically here we go. And then obviously I can change also the title here if I want to, and replace it to an icon that actually belongs to the restaurants, like this one here. And I can change the color background if I want it more kind of blacky look and feel. And basically the app is ready. I'll click on Continue and then Save. And what will happen now is it's going to ask me of what kind of plan I want to pay. And we'll skip that step, so I'm going to choose a basic, which is the free one. And then we'll move to the next step. And the next step will be is if I want this app to go live on Apple or Android store, I need to submit a form, specific form. And what we do really well with Como, we'll guide you from A to Z how to do that. You actually need to open a developer account on Apple and Android. Apple, for example, it costs $99 per year. On Google, it costs $25 one-time fee. And basically, after you submit those forms and you open a developer account, you're able to launch this app live. So we provide you all those tools to actually do it in one place. And what you will get as well, with the fact that you build an app, you're also getting a free mobile site. And that mobile site will have the same look and feel as the apps that you just created. It doesn't support all the features that I explained in advance that only a native app can support, like push notifications and other things. But you will have a great mobile site that you can also use. And basically, you'll have to dump that code on the hosting companies that you have. And again, we provide all this information. Once the app goes live, you have a dashboard where you can continue to manage the app, which is right here. If we had real things here, for example, we have coupons. You're able to add more coupons. You're able to edit the coupons. If we had here forms, you're able to update the forms. And really, that's where the tools that are used to actually, manage your app on a daily basis. If you wanted to take the app to market, we provide you. That's why this is where I mentioned these are all the submission forms that you need to fill in order to submit it to Apple and Google. We provide you with an analytical tools, so you can actually analyze the performance of your app. how many people are downloading and using the app, where they're using it, what kind of device is being used with your app, and etc. You can promote the app, and this is part of the tools that I mentioned before. So we'll take a second for this to launch. But once you have an app, as I was referring to that in the beginning, we want to provide you a tool to promote the app, to tell the world that you have an app. So you're able to launch banners on any type of website that you have, whether it's WordPress or Blogger or Tumblr. These are, for example, the automatic banners. You see here, Go on the Go, download now. You will get a QR code that people can actually scan and through that download the app. You'll be able to create landing pages that you can send people there in order to tell them that you have an app. So a full system to really help you promote the app. This is, if you go to Marketing Genie, this is where actually where you can get the sticker and launch marketing campaigns to get more installs and downloads. And if we go to notifications, this is where you can actually launch a push notifications, and you can send it to all your audience. Or you can send it to a target audience where you can have a specific geographical area to really kind of narrow it down. And you can kind of play around with it and really send it to the people that you want them to receive it. And so this is basically the system that we provide you to build an app and also to manage it. If you go back to edit an app, you can always go back and update it and add tabs. And what's really nice about it that it will happen live, and that immediately people will see the change. The last thing I will do before I leave some time for questions is I want to show you that in real time you can actually see how the app will look on iPhone, on an iPad, on an Android phone. It's all happening in real time. That's again another great tool to see that, or on Amazon, for example. And if I click on Done Editing, and let's say I want to test the app to see how it actually looks in real time, there's actually two ways to do that. One is we have an app called Review, REV.U, that you can download from the App Store or Google Store. And if you put my email address, my email address, if people want afterwards to test it, we'll send it to you. And this specific code, you'll be able to see in real time the actual app, or you can just scan this QR code here. So this is basically the platform of Como, and you could see how easy it is to build apps. And what I would do now is I will leave time for questions.
What's the difference between a mobile site and a mobile app?
Sure. So a mobile site is literally you go to you launch your browser on your phone and you type a URL address, and this is what you get. Where a native app is an app that it's built depending on a specific software. You actually need to launch it to submit it to the Apple Store or to the Google Store, which is the Android Store. And then there is an approval process, and once it's been approved, people are able to download it from the store. Native apps versus mobile sites, native apps supports more features and have a better look and feel and a better user experience than a mobile site. They support push notification, they support better scheduling, better e-commerce. The whole experience is much better, and the interaction is much stronger.
If I want to change something in the app, like a menu, would users need to update the app in order to get that change?
No. So those kinds of changes can be done automatically through our dashboard, through our management system, and they will automatically change on the app. No need to upgrade the app. The only time users will need to upgrade the app is if you're changing, for example, the actual icon that appears on people's phones when they download the app, or if there's a specific upgrade of an iOS system a software which is a better one, then those are the times where you actually need to upgrade the app.
Can you provide some examples of businesses that are best suited for these kind of mobile apps?
Sure. So what we've seen is that the type of businesses that really are using our app successfully are usually service providers. If it's a restaurant or a spa or hair salon, could be a yoga instructor, where there's a real interaction between the users and the customers, whether they're booking an appointment or ordering food. There is a meaningful information flow that's going back and forth, and the people really care about the business. That's where we really see the businesses thrive in using the apps. And the more the business is active within the app, whether they're launching coupons and push notifications, they're uploading an updated menu, that's where we see really a good interaction between the users and the business owners.
Do you have any experience with healthcare providers or physician practices?
Yeah, so we do have those on our platform. They use it basically to whether provide, if it's for instance a clinic and it's winter time and they want to inform their people that they have to be careful, they have to come for flu shots and things like that. That's a great way to do that. If they want to schedule an appointment with their doctor, that's another great way to do that. So we have a lot of those businesses as well using apps.
What about a business that doesn't have much of a presence on, say, social media or Yelp? How would they get involved with this app and pull that content or create that content?
Great question. So basically, you can actually, if I go back here, you can still see my screen, right? If I go back here to como.com, I can start building it from scratch. I don't need the Facebook page or the Yelp page to start an app. I can actually literally type field by field and basically create that app. So obviously, if you have a good Facebook page and you have a good page on Yelp, it helps, but it's not a must. Okay? So I can actually skip these steps and then go and actually build the app completely from scratch.
Is there tracking data included? For example, after downloading, how often a user opens the app or how long they're in the app, what they're doing in the app, etc.?
Yeah, so I showed it and afterwards I encourage people to actually sign up. It's completely free and play around with the platform. There's a section called Analytics, and through that section you are able to see exactly what you asked for about. You can see how people are using the app, you can see where they're using it, how often, how people are using coupons and things like that. You get the full scope of people, really the ROI that you're getting for launching an app like that. So just after you build the app and after you have it, there's a tab called Analytics, and that's where you get all this information.
So from what you guys have seen, what kind of activities or user actions are you seeing the most of? Is it making a reservation? Is it redeeming a coupon? What kind of activities do you see happen the most?
All of the above. So push notifications is very active. Coupons, loyalty cards is very active. It also depends on the type of business. We have, for example, a lot of congregations that are building apps and through that are interacting with the consumers. So this is where they're providing information about, new things are happening and when everybody need to gather together and things like that. So all the tools that really create the interactions, that's where we see the most useful.
Does Como help with the app submission process?
Yes. So on the process of submitting the app, instead of going one by one and submitting it to Apple and Google, there is a form within our platform. You only need to fill it one time. On that form, you will add keywords, you will add the description of the app and the description of the business, and you will add images. But you do it once, and from there we take care of the submission. We send it to Google and Apple, and actually work with you to make sure the app goes live. And if it doesn't go live because there's an issue, we'll work with you to solve that issue and go live. And it actually works really well.
So based on the restaurant example you provided, do you have any sense of the end cost for the restaurant that created the app?
So if we take the example for restaurants and they choose the basic plan, it will cost them $33 per month to basically use our services, and they have unlimited access to the dashboards to build the app and manage it. They will have to pay $99 per year to Apple to basically have the app there so people can download, and $25 one-time fee to Google. On Amazon, by the way, which we have a really strong partnership with, it's completely free. So you can submit for free and have the app on the Kindle Fire, whether it's their phone or the Kindle Fire devices, completely for free. But that's basically the only cost that would cost the business owner. And for the users, basically it's up to the business to decide if they want to charge the user per download or they don't. All the fees goes to the business owner. 95% of the time our people don't charge anything for downloading the app.
So what are some of the best ways that people find the app?
There's several ways. One is obviously people will do a search for obviously a specific business that they need, and they might find it on the App Store. Today with Apple, for example, you have a section called Near Me, and through that they can find the app. But really the best way, because if we're talking about business that is interacting with their customers and they're trying to provide the app for their core customers through initiatives that they do within the store, for example, stickers, banners, QR codes, things like that, people will know and notice about the app. And also the whole marketing campaigns that we, platform that we launch. And through that, with almost 2 clicks, you're able to launch Facebook ads. And as everybody knows, most use cases with Facebook is through the phone. People mostly use Facebook through their mobile phone. So those ads will appear on their phone. They will be very targeted, so it's only for the targeted audience, only in the geographical area that you want. And then once they see the ad, if they click on that ad, it will go automatically to the App Store to download the app. And that is really powerful. We just launched it about 3 weeks ago, and we see many businesses using what we call the Marketing Genie, and through that getting a lot of installs.
How much does a reseller account cost?
A reseller account starts with from $49 per month that they pay us, and can go down all the way to $29 per month, depending on the number of apps that they buy from us. The reseller can decide to pay us on a monthly basis. What we call the price is per credit equal to 1 app. They can pay on an annually basis, or they can pay a one-time fee. That is the price they're paying us. Then they can actually decide to reprice it however they want. We provide the full flexibility. We have different resellers doing it in different ways. We have resellers where just taking a margin on top of it and just sell it as it is. We have resellers that are charging differently per submissions to App Store or Google Store, or per features, so they can decide and charge more if they're adding online reservations or other tools. So it really varies, but the price they're paying us is between $49 to $29 per month, and they're providing really a full app to their clients. And we've seen resellers who are selling it from $100 per month to $500 per month, charging their clients.
Okay, perfect. So I'd also like to thank everyone for attending today. And just as a heads up, we have some other exciting webinars coming up from Local Market Launch, Ninth Decimal, and Reach Local. For more info on these and all of our upcoming webinars, you can visit localsearchassociation.org/webinars. So thanks again, everyone, and have a great day.